Hello and welcome to the second round of the World Touring Masters Season 3. We're going to be live here from Sebring for this event. And this is going to be a night event also as well. The second round of the championship, as I'm saying, in Season 3. Toby Davies took the win at Spa-Francorchamps in the opening round. Second place was Chris Butcher. Third place was Gregory de Grief. And for this event, I'm very glad to say we have Mr. Keith Barrick back with us for co-commentary.
Well, thanks, Ryan. I'm glad to be back. I'm looking forward to some World Touring Masters action. I know last season we did it on a high note, and I'm looking forward to seeing some close racing and hopefully a really tight championship headed into the headed through the season with a lot of the same names we're familiar with and a lot of new names as well too that I'm not familiar with, but look forward to finding out about.
Yeah, and several of those names are on track at the moment.
Yeah, a couple of the names with Rasmus Salo, who's heading third right now in the practice times as we're ending the practice session headed into qualifying.
We are, yeah, and one of those drivers is Jonas Raavio, a glut of Scandinavians who've joined the series, alongside good friends with, of course, the Trois Rivières winner. That was Tommy Oyala. But the person who's been on fire this season so far really is Toby Davies, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. With his commanding performance at Spa, I mean, he basically shows he wants to be the class of the field with his experience and speed. I mean, outright speed and strategies played into his dominating win at Spa.
But of course, he does have rivals.
That's true. I mean.
And this is one of the key ones.
That's right, great, Mr. de Grief.
World Touring Masters Season 1 champion, 2010 right. World V8 Supercars champion, numerous race wins, the second most wins in the TPS history, behind Jesper Torborg.
Correct, yeah, and also absolute domination in the pole department.
Absolutely, yes. He's
14. I think he's 14 poles in his TouringProSeries career, which is phenomenal. That's a hard thing to do.
It is, absolutely. And we consider the next guy's 11, I think, with Torborg, is that correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Yes. We would check, but unfortunately our forum's down, but you can check us out on our Facebook page still.
Yep.
Which is just facebook.com/TouringProSeries, nice and simple for you to remember. But Rasmus Salo, in the Holden this season, he actually chose the Sierra, first of all, in the sign-up thread, but the Holden was his second choice. He had to go with that, considering there was so many Sierras this season. There was 12 of them. So very populous indeed. But Salo is one of the newcomers. He's been competing in the World Supertech Series, had several podiums in there. Never got a win yet, but he's showing plenty of pace in this Holden.
So he's maybe looking to maybe pop that cherry here at Sebring, being the Holden being the probably most ideal car for this track, considering how flat it is and how wide it is.
And plenty of long straight course for it to stretch his legs. So perhaps this is the guy, because Nielsen is not here anymore, maybe he can be raw steel and sex appeal.
Yeah, you know what, that's because someone has to have that title, and we could have Rasmus Salo with raw steel and sex appeal this season.
Yes, he's a Scandinavian, and I know Torborg is technically Scandinavian, but Denmark is quite Scandinavian enough for me. So we'll have Salo as raw steel and sex appeal. There you are, you've now christened, you've taken the mantle on.
That's right. Yes, we passed the flame on. I think Jesper can stick with the title of Iceman.
Yep.
Because he doesn't seem to buckle under pressure, and he's shown it over multiple sims, multiple championships, and I think Iceman suits Mr. Talberg.
It does, and yet to get him in the World V8 Supercars this season, though, in 10 rounds. So he's yet to pop his cherry in that series, but he's got plenty of practice, obviously, V8 cars. Now he's in the Holden also as well, so all he seems to drive at the moment is V8s. Good man. Jonas Raavio is another one of those newcomers we were talking about. He's a good friend with Rasmus Salo. He's in the Peter Brock Sierra, which was campaigned by a certain Mr. Jeff Dobbing, who's just up the road from me, actually, in Newcastle.
Competing this season?
He's competing this season. He's a Supra.
Oh, Supra. Big, quite a change.
Yeah, it's quite a change. He decided he wanted something different. Here's Kane Lasky ahead of Jonas Raavio. Jonas is trying to get a lap in, and he's been held up somewhat. But he is purple in the first sector, but also purple in the first sector. He's one of his good friends, and also in the same car and the same skin as last season.
Tommy Oyala.
Tommy Oyala is now on purple sector, but also massively purple sector is Jesper Torborg. Let's go with him, actually. Let's right on board with him, because He is probably the favourite for this race, despite the fact Toby Davis has shown such good speed.
Well, I mean, I think the thing is the racing benefit of being in the Holden is your straight line speed, because it doesn't matter if you're quicker overall on a long lap in, say, the Sierra. Every time you hit a long straight, which pretty well happens after every corner here, the Holden is going to be all over you, and there's only so much you can do defending wise. But it's going to be a matter of playing our strategies when it comes to the differences in weights, power, and speed at this track.
Look how much he's using the curve though there as well. I've never seen anybody use so much curve.
Oh, it's a big car. It's a big car.
Difficult to assess.
If you take 3 Holdens wide down any of these straights, the track's blocked.
It could actually happen. There are plenty of fast Holdens this season. Torborg, Crooks, Sarlo. It's all very, very good to see. Ben Crooks is also on a very hot lap.
Who's that? I'm not sure who that is.
He's in P8. That's
okay, yes.
Yeah. And Torborg with a 9.9. That's the first 9.9 he's actually done in the whole of pre-practice and official practice.
The ice.
In the whole of 2 weeks, he's stepped it up.
This is what we talked about even before the broadcast. We always does this, and I love this about this Jesper. He's so sneaky, and he never likes to show his hand. He's a really good poker player. Never lets you know what he's got. Well,
currently he's on pole by 1.2 seconds.
Oh.
Lee Palmer this season has changed. Lee Palmer this season, just want to say, has changed. He's stayed in the same mark, but he's changed models. Gone for the M3 to the 635. Still in that yellow and black, and with a bit of white now on that one, I guess, but it's still yellow and black. Signature style. King Lasky's in 5th at the moment. Adam Vaughan in 6th. Plenty of drivers still to complete their laps. Adam Vaughan trying not to get taken out by one of the Axnardi brothers there. Well, it's Ricardo.
I think the other one of the favorites has just stepped on track. Toby is out on track.
Go and find
waiting.
him. Here he is.
Looking to use some. He backed off a bit of Ben something or other and Peter Bartfai.
Something or other.
Couldn't quite tell.
So Toby's going to cross the line now to start his hot lap. Let's go on board with him, because it'll be very educating for anybody who's wanted to drive Sebring well in these cars. In fact, anyone wants to drive Sebring well. This is going to be very, very interesting indeed. I would expect to see Toby on pole position. I do not expect him to win the race.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. He puts in the effort. He puts in the effort to find the speed.
And Toby's done a 9.5 in pre-practice, his fastest. The fastest we've seen anybody go, if you put all the sets together, at 9.3. That's the virtual fastest time you can go, 9.3. So, what can Toby produce here?
Well, and this season we also have the benefit of the live racers live timing, which is a huge addition to the TouringProSeries lineup of R-Factor leagues, because you can really, really keep track of what's going on, and it does keep track of all of your lap times and sectors, and it's just a crucial piece. And look at that, as expected.
Purple already.
As expected.
It's the middle sector where he's been struggling occasionally.
Who does he got? He's got Peter Bartfeist just in front of him. Could cause a problem.
Could be crucial. He's going to catch him right up here. He might actually catch him in the ideal spots. Out of Tower, down the back straight. Oh no, he's going to go out. Oh, Cunningham. Oh, he's at the back of him. Anyway, that's going to balk him by at least half a second, I would say.
Yes. Well, this will give us some idea of what speed he's going to have at the end of this session. You know, I mean, if he can only 2 tenths back even after that.
Mm-hmm. Now he enters. This is out of Tower now onto the straight. Ullman Straight, this is called. Powering towards Sunset Bend. Oh, I love that name. Sunset Bend.
Sounds like a cafe somewhere, doesn't it?
Sounds heavenly.
Yeah, it does. I wouldn't mind having a coffee there.
Toby Davis down towards, as I say, into Sunset Bend. So bumpy on entry and exit, and all the way through it, of course. So quick as well.
Such a hard corner to master, because you really can't even see where you got to get the car to.
Goes out onto the grass. Keeps the car straight, drives to the line. It's a 10.5.
Okay, so half a second. You did call it half a second.
Mm-hmm. There's a 10.5. He's almost 6 tenths down on Jesper. Rasmus Salo's on an outlap now. Let's see what Rasmus has got. He's coming towards the end of the first sector. Just after this hairpin. And he's 7/10 down. Wow. 7/10 down already on Jesper Torborg. That's a fantastic lap from Torborg, obviously. And it's extremely crucial he gets those in because, of course, it's a very short session. Lots of cars on track.
And Gregory just jumped up just behind Toby to a 2:10.6 in that Skyline, the BF Goodrich Skyline.
Yeah, the fastest we've seen him do in pre-practice is a 10.0.
Well, and I noticed that in practice, the times were a lot closer, which leads me to believe that a lot of these guys maybe have practiced more so on their strategy and running on the tires they're going to be racing with rather than their hot lapping times, because the softs go away so quick on a lap this long.
I do. I wonder if Greg is using mediums.
It's possible.
It's because he's always doing 2 runs on his qualifying laps.
Oh, so he goes out with the mediums to get a safe time and then goes out with the softs after.
Well, he always runs two hot laps in his runs, rather than doing an out lap, a hot lap, in lap.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Just an out lap, hot lap, and hot lap. So maybe
I never know. Maybe
he's on mediums for both, and he just I don't know why he feels that's better, but.
And looks like Jesper's gone purple in Sector 2, but he lost it in Sector 3. On his the lap he just did there. He did a 34.1 in Sector 2.
Yep, 34.1 is bang on perfect. Gregory McGreeve, he's 4/10 off at the moment. Off Jesper Torborg. And Gregory pushing too hard there.
It's so easy to do here though, because it is so flat, your entry is so critical. Because it doesn't seem like it, but if you just run a little wide on exit, like the long run after Sunset Bend, you're losing half a second just by one mistake on entry. It's such a difficult track to master.
Yep. Gregory throws the car in there. Toby was going for a wider line to get a better exit.
Oh, look!
Gregory pushing too hard into the wall.
And he was right behind Toby too. I think he was trying to use Toby a little bit there.
He's Salo. He's 3/10 down after the first sector, so better than last time around. But he's doing 2 laps as well. What if he's doing mediums?
Very interesting. I talked with Toby about the tires, and he says the heavier cars are definitely going to have to run the hards. So it's a matter of getting 1 lap in with softs, or trying to do 2 or 3 laps with medium. Boss Kane Lasky.
Show you running back through the grid as we can see. It's Volkov in 9th. Nice him back in the series. Oh, Salo. Way out of control. Sideways into Cunningham. Oh, the Le Mans section, sorry. It wasn't actually Cunningham. Running you through the field. Gary Lennon way down at the moment in 20th position. He's not been doing very well lately in the qualifying sessions.
Well, as it looks right now, the top 5, we have 3 Holdens. We very well could have 3 Holdens side by side blocking the straight after Sunshine Bend.
You could. And Mayville back in 14th. He'll be a threat to those midfield pack. Oh, Salo on the out lap. That just goes to show how difficult this car is to drive, though, of course.
Oh, for
Kane
sure.
Lasky's back into the game, and he's currently not set a lap time yet either.
Well, Salo seems to be holding true to the new title of Raw Steel and Sex Appeal, just drifting this thing all over the place.
We have an heir. We have an heir to the throne.
Yes, we have an heir to the throne.
So
Obi is on a run here. Doesn't see at a 49.0 in Sector 1, 34.4 in Sector 2 on this current lap, and he's quit that lap.
We're looking for a 48.5 and a 34.1. Ideally, in those first 2 sectors, with a 46.6 in the final sector. That's what we're looking for. That's what Toby was looking for as well. He's got 1 more chance to do it, look. He's got 2 minutes to go. So he has to get round the track now, start his hot lap, and finish it off.
Well, he will for sure get it started, but he did even tell me when I spoke with him pre-race that with the softs, it's very important to go slow on your out lap to conserve your tires, and it seems like he's not following true to that. Maybe it's because I saw him crash in practice. That might be it, and then I got a video of it too.
Leave him alone. But Strauss at the moment in excellent 4th position in a car that is not suited to this track in the slightest. I mean, not suited to this track at all. But he's doing fantastic work in it.
Well, you pointed him out, saying that he was practicing very well with that car, and could just be the surprise contender.
On the long runs, absolutely one of the contenders for the race. He's not going to get another lap in now, though. The best he will do is fourth. Rasmus Saler's about to start another lap, trying not to crash into the wall.
On Ross
Sunset Bend. He's done very well in WSS. I say he's had several podiums. One of the stars of the show in there, really. Alongside people like Keithley and Tusting and Johnson and Strauss. Torborg in there as well. Butcher. They've all run 8 races this season.
Muchacho. Where is he?
He's 6th at the moment. Very solidly in 6th.
He just snuck in there. Didn't even.
Salu's on the hot lap, and let's follow this. He's entertained us so far in practice, so let's see what he's got for us.
Well, it's that raw steel and sex appeal. It just gives you just endless entertainment, hours upon hours of entertainment.
It's a welcome sight to see all the Holdens in the field.
Oh, we love it.
Toby was telling me last night in a conversation that he absolutely hates the Holdens. He's watching them on the video highlights from last season, which you can find out on our YouTube channel, TouringProSeries, and he was just apoplectic with rage. Look at that Holden with his stupid 6,000 brake horsepower. Why is he going past people?
So is it safe to say that Toby is holding a grudge?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. he finds it difficult to hold him back.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting all year. So I wrote up a whole list of these Holden jokes.
And Salo's on a good lap here. Less than a tenth down on Jesper. Oh, Jesper though, 9.876. Just improved his lap time. Look at that.
He went 48.8 sector 1, 34.3 sector 2, 46.7 in sector 3. So sector 2 was his weak spot. He probably could have went to a 209.5. Toby's out on his hot lap now.
48.40 did you say in the first sector?
I did, yeah. 48.8, sorry, 48.8, 48.8.
Okay.
Yeah, that's excellent. But Toby does have clear track, and he probably
Gregory de Grief in second. Gregory de Grief in second. That's Toby back to third.
Look, it's shaping up good here.
We're gonna have a look what Toby can do because Salo's gonna finish his lap here. We'll see where he comes. I expect him to improve. I really do. Oh, he's pushing so hard. Look at this sliding it through the last corner. Oh, beautiful line. Keep it together. Powers towards the line.
Hold it together, baby. Hold it together.
That hugging the wall and not making any more distance than he needs to. 10.7. No. He did improve. But he's up to fourth. He did improve.
Oh, he did just ahead of Florian by what? With a 400ths of 35 hundredths of a second. That's incredible.
45. Massive turn strong point.
Yeah.
But de Grief is into second at the moment. Another hot lap at the moment, but we will stick with Toby. Toby's 4 tenths down after that middle sector. I mean, we know there wasn't a great middle sector.
No,
He's also got traffic in front of him. David Yunt trying to set a lap time also as well, of course.
Don't think Toby's going to improve here.
Toby's lost it. I'll press a calculator, sorry guys. Toby's lost it.
Toby, yeah, he's got a draft off Yunt, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it. No, it's definitely. Well, he was only 3 tenths back, so he could improve, but I don't think so. But I think he should be able to hold on to third place. Ben Crooks
into fourth.
Yeah,
Ben Crooks into fourth. That's 3 Holdens in the top 5, like you were saying earlier. So
wow.
They've corrected that now. You've got 2.635 in the top 5 as well. Toby Davis, terrible.
Jonas Ralvio jumped into 7th.
Jumps up to 7th. Knocks Belarka down to 9th.
Fantastic. And
who else is on track still?
Buchacho got dropped down 2 positions just out of nowhere.
8th. He improved his lap time, but didn't improve his actual position.
I love how these qualifying sessions end because you don't really know exactly what's going to happen coming into the last that last lap. It's hard to follow and see exactly where everyone's going to end up.
Who's left? I don't think anybody's left for second lap time. Just running through the field here. 2:17.6 was the 106% cutoff. Did everybody make it? John Wilson, Stroys, and Sovic did not make it.
Sorry, guys. They're still next week.
Fortunately, they will not be able to compete in the rest of this event. Those are the rules, unfortunately.
Well, we are heading to one. So I'll let you read down.
You can read through it, feel free.
Okay.
Strauss and Sick, they just left the game.
Oh, he did? Okay, so he will be back. So in pole position, we have Jesper Talberg with a 209.8. Second position, Gregory Grief at a 2:10.327. Toby Davis in third. Ben Crooks in fourth. Rasmus Salo in fifth in the Holden. So it looks like we got 3 Holdens in the top 5, which is going to make for some very interesting opening laps. Sixth place is Florian Strauss with a 2:10.7. He left the game, but we will be returning, I would hope.
Yes.
Eunice Ralvio in the Cosworth with a 2:10.8. And Buchacho, we love him because he's so macho, is in 8th with the last 2:10, and then now we get into the 2:11s with Vladislav Berlaka, very good vodka, Ole Marius Mervold in the Holden with 11.7, Eric Tveit
he did
in 11th,
purpose, the poor guy.
Evgeny Volkov in 12th, who murdered Bond, and 13th place is Ivo Simons, followed by Tommy Oyala, 14th. David Junton, 15th. Andy Oakley in 16th. And just go to the next.
Sorry, what next time? Sorry, Keith.
Yeah, I know.
A bit slow with the. There you go.
Yeah, and we've got Gary Lennon 17th. Lasky in 18th. Only Volvo 240, which was the season 2 car, which is surprising to only see one. Adam Vaughney is in 19th. Jay Agee in 20th, Denny Asbury in 21st, Alberto Aznagi in 2nd. I hope I pronounced that right. 23rd, Lee Palmer, and we have
Jeff Dobbing.
Jeff Dobbing, 24th,
Yes.
David J. Anderson in 25th. 26th is Ricardo Aznagi twice again, or is there 2 of them?
They're brothers.
Oh, okay, well,
Yes,
good to know.
the Asnati brothers, both M3s.
Aznagi brothers. 27th is Mikko Mustonen. 28th is Christoph Badura. 29th, Francesco Hubar. 30th is Andy Bonar. 31st, Yari Venari, our video man.
Yep.
Went
too far then. Nice work. Great work from the cameraman.
Good work, production man. 32nd, Roy Magnez. 33rd, Nikolai Ilovanov. 34th, Tony Matthews. 35th, Peter Bartfai. 36th, Peter Clausen. 37th, David Cuthill, and 38th is the mystery man.
Those are the drivers who unfortunately did not make the cut.
Unfortunately, they did not make the cut. So looks like we got a 37-car field for Sebring today, which this track could easily handle double that, in my opinion.
It can handle, in fact, 60 in game in all factual knowledge. But the best M3 in the field in that qualifying was Mr. Adam Vaughan.
Congratulations, Vaughnie.
You know Vaughnie very, very well indeed, of course.
Oh, I do.
He's way up in the TPS record books, actually. He's actually the Clio Euro Series champion.
Yeah, that's and also he's growing a very fantastic beard right now, which
yes.
It's almost like a playoff beard. He's really focused. He can't even take the time to shave. That's how focused he is in that BMW.
It's horrendous ginger, unfortunately.
I know, and you can't understand why. So one thing that Toby I did speak with pre-race about was the fact that the heavier cars here need to run hard tires because of the size, the weight, and the raw power. So in his opinion, he thinks they're going to be running on hard tires for their stints. Smaller cars like the M3 Alpha, Mercuries might get away with a medium in the first stint, hards in the second. But all cars basically, he's saying, need to run high tire pressures and hard springs, get the heat in the tires needed to get the grip level that's needed out of them. Because we're running at night and the temperature, I believe, we're at somewhere near 18 Celsius right now, which is nothing on race day.
Very cold indeed. And people are finding troubles getting the as you say, the temperature into the hards. As you say, you have to use the harder springs. But perhaps that's helping the Holdens here because they're such heavy cars anyway, and they get more heat and generate more heat. Do you think that's helping?
Oh, I think it definitely is, because if this was a 32-degree track day, even if you were on hards and the way this track is flat, you'd be eating through tires like nothing. Because once the heat's in them and you start to slide with those tires, it just literally, you can watch the rubber slide off onto the track.
I mean, people actually find there's higher tire wear here than at Spa, which is a little bit surprising.
That's really that's weird.
Considering the fact that we've got a cooler track for a start, and a track that's not. What's Eric Tveit doing? A cooler track for a start. Always involved, isn't he? Always involved.
Come on, Tveit.
He qualified in 10th position. He's been doing very well this season so far. An 8th place at Spa. in the race
fantastic.
as well. So he's,
that is fantastic. He's stepped up his racing.
Just need to consistently do that in the races now, and he'll be right up there.
Well, it's good to see. It's good to see Jesper Talberg get a pole position. I mean, he's obviously one of the best qualifiers going in the TouringProSeries umbrella.
And he closes his nemesis to grief in that particular stat. He leads every other stat in the TPS.
Yeah, so you've got the two best qualifiers in TouringProSeries, 1-2 in racing two different cars.
Yep.
Excellent. That's what makes this so great.
We are now at the end of warm-up. It'll just take a couple of minutes just for it to cycle through.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
There is the famous words.
Yeah,
always come on extremely, extremely loud.
Yep.
All non-essential personnel, please leave the grid. So, Keith, please get off the grid.
All right, guys. It was great. Good times. Talk to you later. They have 30 seconds to get to the grid, and what do you? And one thing I didn't ask any of the drivers was about. I do know about the formation lap, but the other thing I was wondering was what about fuel? They can go a full session on fuel, a full 2 stints on one set of fuel.
They can, yeah. They can do a full session on that one set of fuel.
Okay.
But of course, they may choose to go with a. Let's get my words out. They may choose to go with two sets of fuel, if that makes sense. Fill the tank halfway, and then fuel at the first pit stop. Therefore, you have a faster car early on.
Gotcha.
But Toby David's going to have to do his customary fast start here.
Yes. Because
he does not want to have a Holden right behind him or right in front of him on the opening lap. Because he's not going to get past.
No. He get out front. He needs to get out front and get out front quick.
He does.
We've had a couple of small issues with a few people dropping. Kane Lasky, Danny Asbury, Ricardo Iznaghi. It says we're removed, not ready in time for race.
Let's try and restart the race for them.
We'll just do a quick restart. We have 3 that were DQ'd.
Non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
And the famous word once again. So Ryan Callan, as always, he is a problem solver. Just looking into how to get these people back in so they can race. We do tend to try to accommodate here because everyone puts in the effort to practice and get here, and there's nothing more heart-wrenching than being this close to racing and getting a small technical error, which we had so many little ones of those last season. But they're back on the grid again. We're going to another formation.
Hopefully that's worked this time around.
Has everyone made it to the track? Yeah.
Everyone's set off.
Okay, I don't see any DQs.
Nobody's complaining right now.
No,
we've got 36 guys. We've actually lost somebody as well. Who have we lost?
It said there was a
Strauss. Strauss not made it back in.
Did not make it back in?
Strauss is not on the grid.
So he left from qualifying and never made it back in.
He left in the warm-up. What on earth happened to Strauss? That's very unusual. He never has problems.
I did not see him Let me just have a look through the
He's not on the grid.
Here. Well, I didn't see him leave.
He left in warm-up, didn't he? Just at the start of warm-up.
Yeah, that's very odd. Well, he's still in TeamSpeak, which is odd. So he must have some type of problem. But very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate because he's looking excellent as well.
No, I know. I was looking forward to see him. That that was the kind of the wild card in this entire race with him being in the Mercedes.
In the 65.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, BMW. I'll be okay.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Just reminded some drivers about some of the rules for the race. Just make sure that they're remembering the rules and they abide by them. The headlights
must stay on.
We had several drivers in the RDLMS flash their lights and not turn them back on again in time, and the game disqualified them.
Because it is a requirement by the track for them to be on.
By the track, yeah.
Yeah, so any of you guys that are following along with this race after the fact and watching this, remember, and we just lost Danny Asbury. So
he's been having big problems with his frames per second. He said he might have to quit from the race. So we're down to 35 now. Dropping like flies here.
Still a pretty big grid.
A very big field, Dave.
I still think we're going to be seeing some incredible racing up front. Within the top 7, we have 3 Holdens, 3 Cosworths, 1 Skyline.
So that underlying fact is a power track, really.
Yeah, well, and we would have had a 635. Where was he? Florian was in 4th.
Florian was in 5th because Crooks just bumped him down at last second.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Everyone seems to
just coming round down almost straight now.
And one thing that I've always wondered in our factor, if you do swerve, do your tires warm up in your warm-up lap?
They do, yes.
They do. Okay. All right. Fair enough. And I'm just looking at this live timing that Ryan has worked and set up for us. It is incredible how well it keeps track of everything. So for anyone in future races who doesn't know about it, you can very easily find the information through our Touring Pro Series Facebook page and also through the forums as well.
So the field is now lining up on the grid, as you can see.
And so
trying to get themselves perfectly lined up.
Well, not like I saw in the race 1 where Kane Lasky had that problem getting lined up.
Unfortunately, yes, there was a bug in the game. We put 2 drivers on the same grid slot, unfortunately, which is a big shame.
Oh, look, what a field. I'm looking a little ways down the field, and like just to line up at Sebring, it's such a beautiful thing to see.
And now once everyone's in place, we will have the lights go off. The race will not start until everyone's in place. Here we go. There is the field. Right. Looks fantastic. Bit of a gap there at back as Danny Asbury's left. And away from the grid, they go. Great start there. Toby Davis immediately gets a good, excellent jump. And Gregory DeGreef takes the lead, though. And Toby Davis definitely got the run on the inside. Toby Davis going to take the inside run.
Oh my god.
Down the inside it comes. DeGreef going to brave it around the outside. Oh, DeGreef sliding. Toby sliding. Oh, almost both of them losing it there. Butcher with his excellent start once again. Tolbog slotted into 3rd, so not a good start there from Tolbog
and
at
Davis
all.
into the lead.
Davis into the lead.
Just
3rd place. Who needs pole position?
No, who needs pole position when you got starts like that?
And he gets a great exit there from turn 5 down through turn 6. Big bend this is, down towards the hairpin.
Oh, wow. Vladislav Berlaka up to 5th.
There's Berlaka, fantastic start.
He must be drinking the vodka.
He must drink the vodka. He had an awful start at Spa. Got involved in a few bits of bumping and grinding with Keith the AL at Spa. He's definitely got a better start here. And Butcher is all over the back of Tolbog coming out of that turn there. But Toby Davis has bolted. Got a few car lengths, which is really, really important. And he's got a car in between him and a Holden, which is even more important.
Yes,
DeGreef is slightly better in a faster line with that skyline. In a straight line. That skyline.
Well, I can tell you right now, I just went on to Rasmus Salo in the Raw Steel sex appeal machine, and he's definitely on hards and sliding around because he's got no grip.
And Oliver Marius Mirvold, look at that for a start.
Oh,
Up
no
to
kidding.
7th position.
And Eric
qualified
Tweet,
in 14th.
Eric Tweet holding his spot pretty good, and man, that was a very clean, very, very exciting start. And Toby did exactly what he needed to do. I think it's safe to say he's running on mediums.
Oh, here we go. Will Tolbog challenge DeGreef. On board, we're going to go with Tolbog. Here he goes.
Look at it. Look
at the power. Oh, Toby Davis determined not to give any slipstream, even that far ahead. And the Iceman into 2nd. Oh, Toby ahead, pushing hard.
Little bit of bump and grind. Oh, DeGreef's trying to cross through. He's on the inside.
DeGreef is going to try and come back in the hole, but down the straight now. Down the straight. Here we go.
This is blasphemy. You cannot pass Holden on the straightaway.
DeGreef again on the outside into turn 1. It's deja vu from lap 1. This time, however, he's going to crossover again, though. Crossover again. It's going to work this time, I think. Oh, no. Quite. Oh, Berlaka pushing really hard.
Oh my god, what's this?
DeGreef ready for Butcher. Oh, it's so close. Butcher pushed, squeezed. Berlaka's right there as well. Poor Berlaka can't get past any of these. He hasn't got the power. But he's really in the mix. He's really finding it entertaining.
Oh, wow.
On board with Berlaka. Look at the speed of the other cars ahead. Just down the straights. And then watch Berlaka close under braking.
And who do you think is rubbing their hands together right now? Toby Davis.
Yes. Oh, down the inside, Butcher! Oh, he's lost it on the brakes! He's hit Tolbog! Tolbog's spun! Where is Tolbog?
Oh my goodness.
Out there. There he is! There is Tolbog just rejoining. He's rejoining run ball with Oyala.
Get a replay. We got to see what happened there.
We got to see what happened there, because that is unfortunate, very, very unfortunate for Jesper Torbo. Here we go. Down the inside comes Chris Butcher and just locks at the brakes, tried to dive down the inside of De Grief and hit Torbo, and of course then came through Salo, I think. Let's just rewind that and show it from Torbo's point of view. Here we go. Torbo, mind his own business, really.
Yeah, and Butcher
hit him. And Butcher hit him as well. Oh, and then
he
got hit
there.
2 times.
Oh.
And Torbo
and the big winner in this is Vladislav Brlaka, who is now sitting in 2nd place.
Is that missing the front end of? Oh, he's not missing the front end. Just a darker part of the track.
So are you back live?
Back live now, yeah. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. Just wanted to make sure.
That's okay. Bart fighting to the pits as well, but that is Torbo down to 12th. Torbo down to 12th.
Oh,
one of the favourites for the race. Now he's going to go straight past Oyala on the straight. Going to see fireworks here. Ben Crookston had a good start. He's in 9th. He's challenging Eric Tveit. Oh, Chris Butcher is slowing. I wonder if he's letting Torbo through.
It does look like it's either that or he's pitting. I don't think he's going to be. He wouldn't be pitting.
He wouldn't go that slow if he was pitting. That's true. Meervold is into the top 5, I think.
Oh, what?
Meervold in the top 5. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Right in behind Rasmus Salo.
It's the pink puff. Oh, my goodness. Raw Steel and Sex Appeal and the pink puff.
The complete opposite.
Yeah, no kidding.
And lap 3 is on now. Of 26.
Do you know what makes this all very interesting is Vladislav Brlaka sitting in 2nd place. Okay, he's doing an incredible job.
Why is Brlaka 2nd? What's happened to De Grief?
De Grief was involved in that incident. Brlaka had a nice clean run through there by all of them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so just picture if you put Florian Strauss in the midst of this, like right in around same thing. Like he's actually keeping the same distance between him and Toby Davis right now.
And Brlaka, the winner of the World Touring Masters Endurance, absolutely smashed the field there. Has he got the car though to challenge Toby Davis? That's the problem.
That's the problem. Well, it is a long race, so we need to.
This rat pack. Look at this rat pack. Salo's heading up, but Meervold is being hassled and harried by Rivio.
Oh no!
Tveit, drive up the inside. Oh, it's not going to happen. And Tveit now going to take advantage. Tveit's through. Tveit's going around the outside of Rivio. Now go to the inside for the next corner, of course.
Go Rover, go.
Keeping a watching brief.
Yeah, he had a bad start. What's his name? Oh no, Ravio! Ravio's around.
Yeah, where's he gone?
Oh, just pull it back a bit
there. There he is. Completely missed out looking at the positions. That's forward through here. Rivio into the turn there. Tveit went wide. Rivio went for the gap, and of course he just touched him at the wrong angle.
Yep.
And Chris Butcher is down 11th, but Torborg's in 14th. Has Torborg made another mistake somewhere?
They're still racing together. They're still racing together, though. I think maybe he did let him by, and maybe there was some more contact. I didn't quite catch it on my screen here, but
Lee Palmer out of shape.
What a battle's going on everywhere. Seriously, this is incredible. And again, the guy rubbing his hands together is Toby Davis. He got the start needed. He didn't have the racing advantage over the Holdens, and the Holdens ended up getting the short end of the stick to all of this melee.
Just handed it to him.
Yeah, exactly. And
handed it to him.
Loving it, and Brlaka he's putting in some consistent sectors and consistent laps here, and he's just losing about 0.2 a lap, and De Grief is maintaining the same distance between Brlaka.
Butcher's letting everyone through again. What's up with his car? He can't be letting everyone through again, surely. Has he got a problem?
Hop on board with him. I'll get in close to his car, see if I can see something.
He's racing hard once again now. He had this problem in Clio's at Silverstone. This similar type. I don't know. There's a problem. Obviously, it might not be. But at Clio's at Silverstone, he suffered loss of power occasionally through the race.
Well, he's got a really big dent in his rear bumper for one.
Yep.
Oh, he just went straight off.
When did he go straight off?
At the end of the long straightaway.
Oh, I see. So we didn't catch that.
I think you're in replay there.
Oh yes, he did go straight off.
Yeah,
we were in replay. You are correct. We were in replay.
Yeah, so I was just following along with him.
Lee Palmer! Lee Palmer off the track.
He's good. He's good.
Oh,
good. Oh my God!
How did he stay ahead?
He's still good. He's still good.
Butcher. He's lost it though. Butcher's going to go through. Butcher's through. Lee Palmer going to go with that. He's going to be on board for that one. That was excellent.
Wow, that was incredible save.
Just enough on the curb. Oh, there could have been such a big impact.
How he saved that?
Just stopped it for the next corner as well. Oh, well held.
Well done.
Through comes Butcher. So Butcher went off again, and Tolborg is intense behind Oyala again. So Tolborg's going off as well at some point.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much going on, and they are spread out pretty well right now. I think he's got some damage. His right rear bumper is bented pretty hard. Toby Davis,
11-6.
Yeah, he's on cruise control. This is the one thing that can't happen in a race. If Toby Davis is not going to win this championship, he cannot be allowed to get control of the race out front.
You cannot allow Toby Davis to be ahead of everyone else. You just cannot allow it. Because he
knows how to lap.
If he's ahead, he will just reel the laps off.
Yeah, one after another. His consistency is incredible. I mean, him and Gregory DeGrief kind of had the same thing when they get that clear track out front. They can just put it down and pull away. I mean, he's not pulling insane amounts ahead of Berlacca, but he's pulling 2 laps. Okay, so 10 laps. That's talking 2 seconds, and that's enough. And that means if Berlacca doesn't make any mistakes.
We were on replay there again. Can't tell we were on replay or not. We were on replay again. Sorry about that, guys. Because we were on board with Lee Palmer, of course, weren't we? I forgot about that.
Yes, and it seems to be pretty well quieted down. I'm scanning through the field myself, and it seems pretty well quieted down. There's a bit of a gap between pretty well everyone. But I'm just following with Butchie. He seems just sliding and struggling just in general with his car when he had such a good start.
He's back in 14th, of course. A great start. Challenging for, of course, those podium positions. And Toby Davis still pulling away at the front. 4.2 seconds now is the gap. Off the track. Off the track has been on Pete Bartfy. He's already been at the pit, so he's already several laps down now. Or maybe 1 lap down. He's a lap down. Ben Crooks is in behind Merville. Merville with a fantastic performance here. What's been going on? Really is one of the surprises of the race so far. On the Marius Merville. But Crooks is right up behind Ole.
Yeah, there's...
Well, Crooks run onto the straight. Merville mistake. I wonder if Merville's on medium tyres, perhaps.
Maybe burned through them pretty quick.
Maybe he's burned through them. He's
very
quickly, of course.
If you figure what's been happening in the action side to side, and it's not really just a nice, easy flowing, the mediums would be burned off. Not burned off, but they would definitely be overheated at this point. The action that's been happening.
So Crooks up to 5th. He's in a better race than he anticipated. Salo still in a solid 4th. DeGrief in a solid 3rd. Berlacca now 4.5 seconds behind Toby. He just cannot match the pace.
No, definitely cannot. And it looks like DeGrief is closing in slowly, but I don't think DeGrief is pushing extremely hard right now. Probably because he realizes we're only at lap 5 of... Ooh, and a little slide from DeGrief. So easy.
Just as you say that. Just as you say he's not pushing.
I know. Well, I mean, I took these cars for a spin last night with the new computer at the track, and one thing I noticed is these curbs, because they're so tall and the track's so flat, it doesn't take much. Like we just saw Lee Palmer.
Yeah.
All he did was touch a curb, and he literally almost had a race-ending collision because he touched the curb the wrong way. It's like rubbing up against the wrong person in the subway. You
do that a lot, do you, Keith?
All the time. So we got a lot of subways up here in the Great White North of Canada.
Lots of subways in Sunderland as well, but usually you eat from them rather than travel.
Oh, put it.
And Eunice Ravio is under attack from Jesper Torborg. Ravio having a much better time of it this time around. He's lasted longer than the Spa race. And the Spa race had it coming together with Keithley. And Keithley
nice crossover there.
Beautiful crossover.
Beautiful. I think Eunice is having some trouble because he's dropped off. Who was that? Who was that in the background?
Tavares in the background. He's lost his front bumper.
No, pull it back. What happened? He was having such a good run.
Tavares. Why? This always happened to you. Lost his front bumper. Everyone jumping off the curves there. Wow. Let's have a look at that on the replay. Oh
no.
He span it. This is why Torborg closed on Simon so quickly as well.
Came back on track.
Ooh. And of course Simon's already there, and Simon's pinged into the corner pocket.
He must have had some trouble prior to that. Because he was running in 7th place. I was actually just going to point it out.
He was around about 7th actually before this event. This around about 8th.
And Toby bangs off another good lap.
Another good lap for Toby. 11.6 again.
Yeah, you're still in replay there.
I know it's in replay.
It's such a shame. He was having a great run, but now he's lost the front clip, and he's going to need to repair that when he pits. And someone going around there. That.
He's still going around. This is now live.
Okay, we're back live. Okay.
Dropping behind J Edge. He's going to drop behind next. And Chris Butcher's not making any progress whatsoever, really.
And Jesper Talberg's now into 7th place, giving chase to Ole Marius Mervold. And we know that we're 99% sure that Jesper is on hard tires, which is safe to say. So we know his pace is going to pick up. And I mean,
what kind of lap times is he doing in the traffic?
He's pulling in traffic. Jesper was doing a 2:12.5, 2:12.5, 2:12.3. His fastest is a 2:12. This session, and that was probably the lap.
Look at Chris Butcher all over the place in that car, really struggling.
I think he's been drinking. He might be.
It's not been very well lately, actually, in all honesty.
Well, in all fairness, right now, if Jesper can maintain a solid pace with the hard tires and do so better than the other guys in front of him, you got Miravold in 6th, who is not that far away. Mr. No Name in 5th. Rasmus Salo in 4th. And then Gregory is probably a little out of reach. Nope, you know what? I wouldn't even say that because he's only 4 seconds ahead of Rasmus. So Jesper is 21 seconds back of Toby. And I mean, in second place is now 7 seconds back of Toby.
Yeah, but look who's gaining on second place, Gregory de Grief.
That's right. And you probably will have the racing advantage with that Skyline in that BF Goodrich. It's
and you can see Balaka right ahead of him.
Oh yeah, watch him close. Hop on board with Berlaka on the straight here.
On board with the grief.
Oh, there you go. Well, in straight line speed right now, what is it?
So the drag on 635 is pretty good. So it's actually faster on the straights than the 635. Another fastest lap from Toby Davis. Now that's an excellent lap. 11.3.
He's in a whole league of his own right now.
On lap 7. That really is fantastic though.
It's the consistency that needs to be broken up by a lot of racing. You need to be near him and you need to put pressure on him. You got to have and it's a shame that Jesper got into it because he would be there to do it.
Well, Chris Butcher did him one of his best friends did him a very big favour. Perhaps there's a conspiracy there.
I think we're gonna have to check the bank records to see if it's paid off.
We have to check some phone taps.
Yeah, that's right.
Conspiracy theories will be running amok.
That's right. Well, lots of articles, conspiracy theory news. But so far, pretty exciting. What do you think, Ryan?
It's been pretty good. I mean, they've handed really the race lead to Toby Davis, and we've had plenty of action early on. They've spread out quite a lot at the moment. Well, still in the 6th. This is amazing from Miravold. It really is.
It is. It's phenomenal. I mean, but with the Iceman closing on him, you kind of tell it will weigh heavy on his mind because Jesper doesn't slow down when his tires go off. He just maintains consistency. And if you look back to Butchie at 9th or 10th, 11th, and 12th. Well,
10th and 11th. Now. He wasn't in 13th earlier. So he's now ahead of Oakley.
He's like a yo-yo right now.
Oh, that's right. But
that's Ohala.
Simon's dropped in behind Rivio after Torborg went past him. So maybe Simon's made a small mistake somewhere. Simon's made an uncharacteristic mistake at Spa, smashing into the barriers at Eau Rouge. And coming back on track, and of course, the Vibe came through.
He just eating the curves and all over the place, but he's still holding it together and he's moving forward now.
To 11th. On board with right into that corner there. I thought he was going to tap the back of Oyala there. Let's go on board with Oyala, looking back from his car at Chris Butcher. Here we are. Chris Butcher with a great exit onto the corner. He's going to go straight, but look at him sweeping straight past.
And it looks like we're probably going to have a pass on Miravold and Talberg here coming through the last corner.
Trying to go on board with Chris Butcher, but it's not working. There we go. Sorry about that.
He's already got him. You missed the show.
Oyala, back up the inside. Oyala's going through a cutback. Look at this.
Fantastic.
It's giving you too much room.
That
was too charitable.
Yep, too much room. This isn't UNICEF. Come on, Tommy.
It's not charity work.
Yeah, Jesus.
Cold, hard-blooded racing.
Oh, Miraval into the pits.
into the pits.
Miraval
Must have been on the mediums. That's now has to do 18 laps on the hards.
Oh, wow. That's going to be tough.
That's a lot.
That's going to be a lot. That's going to be a hard thing to do to the end of the race. Those hards, yeah, he's going to have a hard time getting out of the pits and get going with the lack of grip. But then, what about the end of the race?
But it's paid off at the moment because he's taken the mediums, got a great start, and he's definitely up further than he even thought he would be.
Track position for sure.
So we've lost Volkov, unfortunately.
Oh, and De Grief is closing in on Berlaka.
Just a few tenths each lap, isn't it?
Yeah, well, actually, he's pretty well on his bumper now.
Butcher is eating into the gap between him and Evo.
He's up and down with his pace. I mean, if I check his times here, I could just tell you a quick story here. You go lap 1, 2:19, 20, 2:19, 2:17, 13, 2:14, 2:12, 3. He's got a pace that would put him right into the top 3.
The consistency again. That's the problem.
Gotcha.
Oh, here we go. Oh. He's got so much more. How has he kept his car together so well? He must have so much more pace. These are the same cars he's racing, of course, as well. Both Sierra Cosworths. And Butcher sweeps past. Evo didn't fight that too much. Knows there's a long race ahead. And with the speed that Butcher showed over him.
And he's got him. De Grief is looking up the inside of Berlaka right now through the last corner, and he's holding it tight.
Here we are. It's holding it tight.
Oh my goodness!
Berlaka around the outside.
Berlaka's going to get
Contact there. No need for that,
Gentlemen, play nice.
I'd say it's not UNICEF. There's no need for all that warfare either.
Oh, come on, Berlaka. Is he going to hold it? He's keeping it. He's not giving it up.
He's going deep. Grief on the outside. This is the third time we've seen the Grief on the outside of another competitor at the turn 1. And he's made it stick. Surely. Looks like he has. No, Berlaka's still on the inside.
Yeah, he's got it.
His brake too late. He just squeezed, just closed the angle off of Berlaka. And De Grief is up to second position.
Second place.
De Grief is through. Long way to Toby, unfortunately.
It is. He's 9.7 seconds back at the last sector there.
It's almost an unreachable gap, really.
It is. It's. I mean, unless Toby makes an uncharacteristic mistake, which he seems to have left behind him from season 2. Well, I mean, it is early to say, but there was.
He only crashes in real life now.
and those videos can be found on YouTube, by the way, people.
You heard about this, right, Keith?
Yeah, I did.
He crashed his car into a tree.
Yep, that's right. That's why I was actually going to put together the video of him in the pit stall in practice, and put together the picture of his car with the tree, and just say, seeing a pattern here.
He's obviously getting out of his system before the races nowadays.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing because he's just showing incredible pace and not making a mistake. His laps are so consistent right now.
And we've seen hardly anything of him because there's nothing to show, because all he's doing is going around the track and being extremely boring.
Yeah.
And just winning the race.
Yeah, it's so boring, Toby. Come on, give us something to get excited about.
It's not going to get any airtime driving like that.
Yeah.
But Toby Davis is put on a masterclass here in the first 2 rounds of the season. He really is.
So
it
looks like Jonas Ralvio is back in 15th. Now, did he pit?
He made a pit stop, yeah.
Okay, so he is pitted, but that's really early.
Again, early, yeah. Maybe he was on the mediums also, because he was dropping back.
Yeah, he must. Yeah, it's a little early to be pitting like that in a 26 lap race. And Eric Divide back in 20.
But look who's gaining on these two. So I think Salo is gaining on the 2 guys ahead of him, De Grief and Berlaka.
Ross Steele.
Ross Steele's coming, and Crooks isn't too far away. Have a look at that. And here's Jesper Tolborg. So at the moment we've got Sierra.
There's the
Sierra, Skyline, 635, then Holden.
Then
and then
Sierra, 3 Sierras.
Butcher, Sierra, there's 2 Sierras there. Last year was a Sierra driver, Andy Oakley. He's in the Skyline now.
Oh, did someone pick? Because I'm showing Butchie, Simons, Ohala in.
Andy Oakley's in 10th. That's what we saw. Yeah.
No. Again, it's such a shame for Florian Strauss, who disconnected in warm up, because it would have made a very interesting variety up at the front. Because if Berlaka's putting in a good run here, and he did not qualify as well as Florian in that 635.
Yeah. He would have been right
Such
up there.
A shame.
Palmer's out of the race.
Shame. Big shame.
DNF, not quite sure what the reason for that is. Looks like a disconnection. to me. Unfortunately for Lee.
Wow, Salo's really eating into that gap.
He is. He's going almost as fast as Toby right now. In fact.
Yeah. Let's see. Pulling in last lap for Salo was a 2:12.7, but that
well, 11.8 for Toby Davis. No, maybe not.
Maybe not quite as fast. But his best lap is a 2:12.2. I mean, Gregory DeGrief has run his best lap of a 2:12.0, whereas last was a 2:12.7, and Burlak has really his last lap really fell off. He was a 2:06.
So maybe Burlak on the mediums.
Perhaps yeah.
They're going off, and maybe he's been able to make them last longer. Evo Simons is dropping back through the field, which is unusual for him. He usually moves up through the field. So he's got a bit of damage on the side of his car. Perhaps that's a problem for him with the contact I had with Tavares earlier. Where is Tavares at the moment, in fact?
He was back in 20th the last time I checked, which was went from a 7th to down to 20th.
Yeah, good battle. Here is David Jones. He's having much better run than he had last time, because last time he didn't even make it to the grid. He stuffed up his qualifying. He didn't make the 106%, unfortunately. As now, he's going well. He's not beating his brother, though.
Nice looking car.
Yeah, Alberto, though, is ahead of him. Several positions ahead of him, actually. In 13th.
The Sierra battle between Ohala and Simons is heated up as well.
Oh, side by side.
These guys race well together from seasons past too. So
yeah, well, a bit of bad blood actually, because Oyala driven into the back of Simons twice last year in the first and second turns.
My mistake.
They are friends, however. In fact, they don't dislike each other, but bit of history.
And Andy Oakley though taking advantage of this with that other Skyline.
Yep. But Oyala last year drove into the back of Simons and caused an almighty pile-up at Brands Hatch, if you remember that. The race that Toby Davis won on strategy.
Yes.
And then at Bathurst in the final race, he hit the back of Simons also. So he'll be careful not to do that again. Mistake there.
Wide.
Locked up. Oakley squeeze through. Oh, he can't quite. Road narrows there quite a lot. Ricardo into the pits.
Long pit stop.
11.4 seconds. Salo continues to gain ever so slightly on Balaka. But Toby Davis 12.4 that last lap around, with the Grief on a 12.3.
Davis got a nice boring drive going on up front, but so phenomenal. It's amazing that we're saying that he needs to get that good start to get ahead of the Holdens and prevent any issues. I mean, let's just say he didn't get the start he did. How would the race would be a much different thing right now?
It would be a massively different proposition.
And if Butchie didn't get such a great start.
Yeah. If Toby doesn't get a good start, even if Butchie does get a good start and Toby doesn't, then Tom would have been ahead, and one of those sort of shenanigans would have happened. And of course, here comes
look at this
slipstream of that.
Wow.
Down the inside, down Sunset Bend.
Both?
Not very. Oh! I thought it was going to be a big contact there. Oyala was very aggressive turning in.
That wall comes up really quickly there.
Look at now. Simon's into the pits.
Oh, Simon's
into the pits. Here he comes.
That was a quick pit stop by whoever that was.
Ben Crooks, 8.7 seconds. Jesper Torborg, 8.3. Even quicker. That's Simon's into the pits.
So now you've got. Now here's the thing. Okay, we're lap 12 or lap 13.
Mm-hmm.
Burlaka staying out. Burlaka and Salo are losing a lot of time. They're doing mid to high 13s right now. The early pit stop's going to give the guys like Jesper a chance to get out there and burn off some quick lap times and eat up into the gap that they're losing now. So
right.
if Jesper can come out here and throw off some maybe high 11s, which we know he's capable of, even low 11s, he could easily eat up the gap between him and, I mean, I know it's a stretch, but there is a chance that he could eat up the gap even to Grief, because he's running 2:12.5s right now. So it's a matter of taking advantage of the early pit stop. And Jesper knows all this from his massive amounts of experience and incredible results that he has throughout all series. So he knows what he's doing, and he knows he's push as hard as possible here.
Of course, pit stop's been such a massive part of ATCC.
Yeah, oh, for sure, yeah, and he knows that, and even through AGTC, what it was about the pit stops and taking advantage of anything you can, because Jesper is definitely a true champion when it comes to covering all of these bases.
And yeah, Jesper is the reigning AGTC and ATCC champion. Speaking of the ATCC, Keith?
Yes, we'll be starting up in January 13th. Race 1 will be January 13th, and we'll run every 2 weeks until, I believe, middle of April. With
April 13th, yeah, exactly 3 months it will be.
Yep, exactly 3 months, and we'll have Ryan commentating. It'll be live broadcasted as we were last season, and potentially guest hosts if possible. But it's going to be the same old ATCC action with some good racing and some really big names, and we look forward to providing a good show with the TouringProSeries ATCC Championship.
This track is going to be one of the tracks in the championship as well, as Ben Crooks overtakes Oyala in the pits. Butcher has pitted also as well. Balaka has pitted and come out ahead. Salo has pitted. He's still ahead of Crooks, but I think Crooks is just a bit closer, and he will be gaining over this lap.
See him. And Talbot can see Mr. C. Ohala and Yokley.
DeGrief is still going. I wonder if DeGrief is going for a long first stint with mediums at the end. That would be very interesting. Very interesting indeed.
It's not going to be enough to close in on Toby. Toby must be in pits right now. Let me see.
No, he's in the lead though.
Well, then the gap, Toby made a mistake. Toby must have made a mistake because the gap went from 10.3 down to 9.5 from DeGrief. Toby, just in a flash of a second here. He had a really bad sector one. It looked.
He's now put the gap back up to 10 seconds again. After the second sector. Balaka's 33 seconds behind after making that pit stop. Salo's 5 seconds behind Balaka now, so he's lost some ground. Ben Crooks definitely gained slightly on Salo.
Well,
maybe slightly on Crooks as well.
It looks
like Meerbold's still in 7th.
He is, really? Wow.
But he's going to come in pressure from Butcher pretty soon, I would imagine.
Well, and also the fact he pitted on lap 8. That's going to be a huge thing because Butchie just came out of the pits now.
Yep. Oh, Toby into pits. Toby into the pits.
Okay, our race leader into the pits.
Is DeGrief pitting as well? DeGrief is not pitting. I wonder if he's going to that strategy. This is going to make it very interesting indeed.
Very interesting.
And psychologically, will it worry Toby Davis? Will it disturb his concentration? Will he wonder about DeGrief's strategy rather than bothering, just focus on his own?
Toby out the 9.1, so reasonable pit stop.
Reasonable, yeah. Balaka not to challenge him at all. He's just around the final corner. Toby rejoins. DeGrief is going around turn 5, almost around, literally, and down through Big Bend now. Andy Oakley's been in the pits twice apparently, but that's a lie.
So he's running his last lap was a 2:12.6. Is it worthwhile to stay out there because this is halfway point? This is beyond halfway here.
It's beyond halfway, but of course, if you can just shorten that final stint for the mediums.
True, yeah, and keep them together. But I mean, let's face it though. What happened to Jesper was involved in an incident. It looks like. No, sorry, I apologize. It just looked like it on the live timing. It showed a big D for damage on. It might have been a slight contact.
Maybe. Yeah.
But with Toby, he was running up until the 10th lap. He was in the 11th. I don't think he's going to fall off as much as he needed for Gregory to take advantage of those tires.
So they're going to be interesting. He had a big enough gap, didn't he? 10-second gap, and I don't think the mediums will be worth 10 seconds.
No, even if it's half a second a lap.
But maybe it will worry Toby, though, you see. Mess with his mind slightly.
Yeah,
worry about someone else's strategy rather than focusing just on his own.
Yes. It's all. There's so many factors to what's going to happen here at the end. I mean, Toby has made mistakes in the past, but let's see if he can keep it out of his head and just keep his head down and push for it.
In fact, the field was very spread out, which is very unusual in the WTM, it has to be said.
Yeah,
but here is a battle between, I think that's Dobbing. Just can't quite see him behind. It's Jeff Dobbing. He's fighting with Eric Tveit. It's always entertaining fighting with Eric Tveit. You always never know what to expect.
He's around.
Dobbing!
Dobbing!
Around.
and he's waiting.
Twite
He's not had a good race. He's been having just the worst luck.
It comes now to fight. Mustonen has made a pit stop also as well. He's shown well on his debut in the WTM, Mikko Mustonen.
When there's a... Who you got? Jari Venari and Izagi are in a bit of a battle. Down in 23rd and 24th. Our replay man.
There is Venari.
He makes the most incredible videos.
He is. He makes all the highlight videos. And I just talk over them and get all the credit somehow.
Oh, he's wide. Oh,
he's
no,
wide
Venari.
though. As now he's going to go straight round the outside and now got the inside. And, bit of contact there. There's
Play
that,
nice.
boys.
Play nice.
I thought you were such a nice guy.
Yeah.
Back through the field we got here is get through the field for you. There's Peter Clausen. He's debuting in the WTM also as well this race. Not doing disgracefully. Francesco Hubert. He was involved in an incident with Rybo in the first race, which took Rybo out of the race. Lasky's in 27th. He's not. Adam Vaughan back in 28th.
Hey,
not scoring well.
Real quick here, Ryan. I just noticed something as I was scanning back through the field. One thing that I don't think Gregory had factored in: lap traffic. He's now on old tires, coming up on a lot of lap traffic.
How much traffic is ahead of him though? It's gone through past Tony Matthews, and I think
he's got a ways.
as well.
He's got a ways to Vaughan, so I would expect him to pit fairly soon because the gap's only 8 seconds, 8.6 to Toby.
Yeah.
And Toby just did a 2:11.3, which was 7/10 a lap quicker than DeGrief.
Yep. Under control, no doubt about that.
Oh, and Berlacca's in the 11s. Saulo's into the 11s as well. They're both doing 11.8s. And
it's a test of lap times right now, isn't it? Because Butcher's up to 7th. He's got past Meervold.
Fast lap is still still a point as well, is it not?
It is. Yeah, it's a few points. Yeah.
Jesper is at 11.377 right now on his, I think, his second lap out on the new tires.
And Toby Davies with 11.6, right? Well, no, he had 11.3 as well, didn't he? At some points. 11.312. So he's got fast lap.
11.312. He does have fast lap, but he just 11. He's tied his lap. 11.312. Oh, sorry, 11.312 is Toby's fastest lap, and that was on lap 7. Yeah,
Jesper's just set 11.377. Lap just before now, and he's gained massively on his 3ID teammate, Ben Crooks.
Oh, he is really closing
in. Look at that, how close that is. We've made a small mistake on that.
If you really look at the big picture here with how many laps are left, Jesper's had a really unfortunate start to the race, but I would say third position is not out of the question.
Not at all. 8 seconds behind Berlacca.
And Berlacca did drop off huge time at the end of the first stint. So, and we know that Jesper can be very consistent even on old tires. So, it's not out of the question.
I wonder if DeGrief would go all the way on one stint, or maybe as well.
No,
because he's got nothing to lose if he goes all the way. If he pits,
really, that's true.
If he pits, he'll lose second place.
True.
He'll lose first place. Sorry, he'll go down to second anyway, and he'll go in mediums. If he doesn't pit, he'll definitely stay ahead of Berlacca. He's got 22-second lead.
True. That is I didn't even consider that. So he's got 10 laps to go.
Maybe just try it. Why not?
He's probably on hards because just for the first stint. I mean, it would make a lot of sense, and that's something Gregory wouldn't go out with the mediums to burn them off early. So he's running right now a consistent high 12. Last lap was a low 13. And he's still carrying good lap speed. He's still doing over 240 kilometers an hour on his own.
Yeah, and he's
worth a
shot.
Got
nothing to lose by staying out. It's worth a shot, right?
No, it's absolutely worth a shot.
It's like a fuel run in NASCAR. Sometimes it pays off.
Exactly.
Sometimes it doesn't. And he's got nothing to lose because, in fact, actually, if he stays out and Davies overtakes him, so what? He's in second. If he pits,
have we seen this too before? I believe we've seen this exact scenario where Gregory went for one full run, Toby pitted, and he takes it. Have we not seen that?
It happened. It happened in the opening race last year with Dave Allard. In fact, actually, Dave Allard pitted.
Yes.
And DeGrief didn't. And DeGrief took the win by 5 seconds.
That's right. I just felt like I was
he's
having
not getting fast enough. DeGrief is at 12.5.
Wow.
If Grief stays out, it's on.
Could this be the upset here? Could this be the absolute upset? Because Davis's last lap was at 11.9. He's only closing with their most recent laps let's say 0.6 of a second a lap for the next 6, or they have 8 laps left. There isn't enough time if neither of them make mistakes.
It's close. It's going to be, and of course, going to get past as well when he gets there.
Oh,
and DeGrief has a high top speed.
This is going to be good. This is what World Touring Masters is all about, people.
DeGrief is that's a fantastic lap time as well. 12.5 on 17 lap-old tyres. That's a fantastic lap time.
It's incredible, and he did 240 kilometers an hour on his own that time. Jesper's made short work of Mr. BC, and he's gone
BC was very kind to him now. Didn't put up a fight and like just moved over, lets his teammate through. Can obviously see he's faster, as you can see, obviously visually faster.
Yeah, and now he's closing in on Ross Steele.
Yep.
Raw Steel is, and I mean, after Raw Steel
though as well. Raw Steel, it's Rasmus Salo. It's the same initials.
Yeah.
RS.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah. No way.
That's
Rasmus Steel. Raw Steel.
Salo.
Raw Salo. So with Berlacca.
Oh, DeGrief has made a mistake in this lap though, because the gap's down to 6.3.
Ooh. Okay.
He's made a mistake in that middle sector. No doubt about that.
I mean, it's going to be a nail biter to the finish, and I think he knows that. And the pressure is really more so on DeGrief right now to not make a mistake, whereas Toby can make a little slide. He can get out of position a little bit. When your tires are as bad as DeGrief's are right now, one slide or one out of position or one curb wrong, your car it's not going to be friendly.
But 13.0, that's not too bad.
No, he's that's
not too bad. Considering the age of those tyres.
It's going to be close.
5.9 the gap though. It was at 11 from Toby.
Well, how long is it?
11.8 from Toby that time around. 11.7, 11.9, 11.8. DeGrief just needs to find just a few tenths each lap. Because if you lose 1.2 seconds over the next 7 laps, Davis can be passed. Davis just has too much pace he'll go past easy as well.
Yeah, exactly.
He just needs to find 2 or 3 tenths of a second. This sounds easy, doesn't it? It sounds so easy.
I know. It does. We're like armchair quarterbacks here.
Tell you what, Gregory, on your 19 lap old tyres, just find 2 or 3 tenths. I know you're going fast anyway, but
Well, and in the battle with Simons and Ohala is back on again.
Let's find that out. Oh, here's Mervold. He's now in 9th, Mervold, but he's still on for a top 10. That's a fantastic result. He's got a big gap back to Oyala and Simons.
Oh, and he's got Ravio in front of him too, which isn't too far off. But you remember, he pitted on lap 8. Mervold in the pink puff pitted on lap 8. So that car's not friendly on tires when you even pit it halfway through a race. Oh, and Simons, look at Simons. These guys are just. Oh, it's endless.
Enjoy themselves.
It's like a bantamweight bout, like the little jabs here and there. Pop, pop, pop. It's good stuff though.
Luckily, dropped back off this group though by quite a margin. Look at that, 6 seconds. He was actually right with them before, wasn't he?
That was after the pit stop. So he must not have had a good out lap or a good in lap.
Lennon in 13th. Not particularly good performance there from Lennon.
And the gap is down to 4.9 right now.
Oh.
It is still gonna be a nail biter any way you look at it. I know we're only a lap 19, so 5 laps, 1 second a lap.
It's going to be too much, I think, isn't it? 4.9 in the middle of Tveit has span it again.
No.
I can't find him. Where's he at on track? There's Matthews. Who was that in the pits? Is that Tveit in the pits? Tveit's in the pits, I think. Tveit has had enough.
He's had enough. It's been a tough go. He's put in a good race, but he's been.
There he goes. Oh, he's hit the roll hard. Actually, it might have just been a force timing.
Was that a wrong curb?
I'm not sure what it was. It was not very good driving, whatever it was.
All right. Well, I think what we're looking at
out of Le Mans. Out of Le Mans, just pounding hard and smack into the wall. It's hard hit.
Yeah, that was a forced retirement. Kane Lasky's retired as well too. Look, quite a few guys still running here.
Well, here's Balava in 3rd. Here is Toby Davis in 2nd, and Gregory DeGrief in 1st. And it's basically the length of half the Big Ben straight.
Yeah, he lost a second in the most recent lap, so.
Well, that's not too bad.
No, it's.
There's 7 laps to go, though. 7 laps to go.
Is it? Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna have to defend hard. Or
let's see. Oh, you can see.
Toby makes a small mistake somewhere.
You can see him in the background. But the gap between Saulo and Berlacca is slowly but surely being closed. It's
not enough, is it really?
I don't think it's enough unless one of them starts dropping off significantly. They're all banging off about the same lap times, and I was expecting Jesper to run more consistent later on in the stint, and he's running consistent 12s now.
Yeah, and he's still 8 seconds behind. He was 8 seconds behind after he got past Ben Crooks, and he's still 8 seconds behind.
Oh, and Butchie in 7th is around. He's around. 7th place. Chris Butchie.
Rivo's going to take advantage of that. Rivo's now in 7th.
But what happened there?
This has been his nemesis, this corner.
Oh, what is this? Oh, this is the end of the long straight here, going into the hairpin.
Helps if we actually get the replay. It'd be nice. Oh, we've missed the replay completely. And then it comes going to come back right after the spin. Completely difficult. Never mind.
Gotta love it.
You can't blame me for that one, guys.
No.
9th place, Miervold. 10th place is Oyala. They've pulled away from Simons quite a lot.
Yep. Yeah,
they're still miles behind that group. Let's focus back on the lead battle again, because it's closing up. Salo still in 4th. Again, for another good result for Salo. Not quite able to break his duck, though. Pop his chariot. Davis. Oh, you can see Gregory DeGrief ahead. Gap must be 3.5 seconds or something like that now.
Yep.
3.4. Gap is 3.4 seconds, guys.
It's the consistency right now.
11.5 from Toby. He's absolutely put the hammer down at 0.7, 0.9, a 0.8, a 0.8, and 0.5.
Incredible.
And DeGrief is lapping quickly.
He is.
He just needs Davis to make a small 1 second mistake somewhere. That's what he needs. He needs Davis to do a 12 just on one of these laps.
Yep.
If Davis does a 12.5 on one of these laps, DeGrief has got a chance. Because, again, of course, the gap would have come down and another lap would have gone by. But if Davis keeps knocking in these 11s, then DeGrief is in trouble.
Definitely. I mean, it's a good effort. You can't knock him for trying because, like you said, there's nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose here.
2.9 now gap. Really struggling out the head, I think, with those tyres.
Yeah, the gap just is closing and closing. And Gregory probably, he can't be upset with himself because no matter what happens, as long as he keeps the car together, he's guaranteed his 2nd place, which he was going to be if he pitted and ran anyways. There would have been no excitement. So thank you, Gregory, for providing us with a bunch of excitement here.
Because Toby,
it's not over yet. It's not over yet. We cannot forget Laguna Seca. But neither can I.
I'll not go there. We can also not forget the fact that Davis has to get past DeGrief. And
correct.
That creates all kinds of situations. Davis definitely has the pace to go past him, but how will DeGrief defend? Will Davis make a mistake while he's going past? All these
so many variables
into the mix, and traffic ahead as well. So even better, we've got traffic ahead. We've got Peter Clausen ahead, and a couple of drivers ahead of him as well, which will be Venaria Magnez. So adding to the mix, worn tyres and traffic. I'm sure DeGrief is whooping for joy at seeing this. Over the line he goes. The gap 13.3 in that lap. Gap is 1.8 seconds. Made a very, very slow final sector there.
Yeah, down to
lost 9/10.
Yeah, it's got to be so hard to drive that car right now.
Please get out of the way, Klaus. Oh, well done, Clausen. That was beautiful. Get in the way of Taylor.
Yeah, please.
No offense, Toby. We just want an exciting finish here.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Gregory just drives by waves.
Very different line, Davis. Oh, Davis is going to catch him on the straight anyway. Oh, he's going to go on the outside. That's a bit dangerous. Davis, very different line though, as noted in turn 5. He goes a very wide radius to it.
He wants to get a good run. He wants to get a really good run coming down this chute here into the hairpin.
Yeah. Oh, DeGrief out of shape. Not even anywhere near using all the track there and still out of shape. Gap is still 1.8 though. He's not gained Davis because of the fact he had to go around the outside of Clausen. So, for once, DeGrief does not lose lots of time in Sector 1. Sector 2 he's been okay. Just Sector 3 has been struggling as well. Lap 22 of 26.
Yeah,
just
it's
4 laps to go after this, and it's just going to be too much of a time left for DeGrief, isn't it? He's pushing so hard.
He's just on edge, man. That car is just barely hanging on.
Talbot now is just 7.1 seconds behind Balak. He was 8 seconds behind before. He's just 2.3 behind Salo.
I think this is where the difference in times will come. Jesper just pulled off a 2:12.0, whereas Salo did a 2:12.6, and Berlaka did a 2:12.7. And Toby, he's still in the 11s.
Oh, De Vries is struggling so much out of Le Mans. And look at this. Look at the run he's got. Oh, he's not even the slipstream not able to compete with the Skyline down the straight there, though.
Well, this
into the final corner
is going to be impossible with those tires.
Look at the gap. Davis is
no
going to
grip.
Through. Oh, he's so close. Almost contact.
Oh, Jesus. It's play nicely, boys.
Oh, and De Vries pulls away on the straight, though.
Not going
to
give it up. This is like BF Goodrich versus the Michelin Man. Oh, wow.
So it's tyres versus
real tight, and look at him slide out.
It's just not working at all. De Vries with a different line. And Davis down the inside. Oh, it's contact again! No. Contact again! Oh, and it's just about both managed to stay on track there.
Oh no, look, he's inside!
Diving on the inside. Oh, just a scare. Davis did more than actually go for it. And Davis into the lead, and that should be his win right now.
Yeah, I think that's the turning point right there.
On the replay, down the inside they come. Just a bit of contact. They both had to turn at some point, squeezing each other. It's all fair in love and war.
Going to make a great highlight video.
And De Vries has to give up that first position finally. He must be absolutely gutted.
Hey, he did everything he could to potentially win the race.
I think obviously affected by that butcher stuff. Oh, I thought Davis was going out of shape then. He's got Vanari right ahead of him. What will Vanari do? Vanari gets out of the way.
Oh, he's going to make a good highlight and turn into him.
Could you imagine that? Oh, De Vries you're in second. Just hold on to it.
Could you just imagine what De Vries is going like, hanging on to that car right now? People had to pull in at lap 8 with their tires. He's on lap 23 with the same set of tires. He's raced how long? It's been like 35 minutes. No, more than that.
Long time.
It's been 45 minutes on the same tires.
Yep, and he's struggling. He really is. He's doing a brilliant job to stay on, just about hold on to those tyres.
So the gap now between
Mirvold into the pits again. Look, Mirvold into the pits again. So his strategy has not worked in the slightest. He's back to 12th now, so he's given up that top 10 slot. I wonder if he'll be able to catch it over though. Oh no, it's a big gap. Well, not too big a gap.
Gap is now down from between Talberg and
Salo. Yep, just about to go there.
1.3 seconds now.
He's not having the greatest race. Adam Vaughan, unfortunately, his debut his second race in the WTM. Very inexperienced in these cars. Of course, he's the clear Euro Series champion. Of course, those are front-wheel drive cars, and and quite modern as well. These are old-style rear-wheel drive cars, and he's finding it a much more difficult task.
It's a big change. Yeah, even for myself driving them. Like I was practicing with them last night, and it's a tough car to get a handle on, but. Great fun for sure, and that's why I'm sure he's sticking it out. But he could be weighted down by that ginger beard, you know.
It's adding at least a stone to the weight of that car. A stone is 14 pounds. If you guys use stone, right, in America, in North America?
Stone? No, pounds.
Pounds, okay.
Yeah.
A stone is 14 pounds.
Okay, got it.
So a very British thing, obviously, like a pint.
Yeah. So I think Talberg's got the pace to get to Salo.
Yes, this is the next battle on track, isn't it, really?
This is definitely the next battle on track.
And Butcher's not been able to come back at Rivio.
There's
1.5 seconds behind.
David Junt is making a quick pass on Lennon. I just thought I'd mention it while these guys are chasing down. Lennon didn't really battle back. He must be struggling a bit.
Yep. In that Rover. He's actually the top place Rover then as well, you know. Rover's not finding this track to their liking, surprisingly, because it has got long straights and they've got excellent top speed, the Rovers. Maybe just not driving them exactly as required. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say it's very weird, you know, to come back and I mean after last season with in non-stop action from like corner to corner to corner, you know, it is interesting to see them spread out. And I mean, Sebring's that kind of track where it can really spread the field out. But what is the next track we're racing at, Ryan?
Virginia International Raceway.
That'll be good. That'll be
beautiful
very
track. Good. But the competition often gets... Oh, Talbog! Oh,
nice
well
save.
held, my son.
Nice save.
Absolutely deserving of a replay. Let's go on board with him for that. that's on board with him actually in the car as well. Down the long straight. Yeah, all that corner does there is unsettle the car for this corner here, as demonstrated by Tolborg. Full opposite lock into the next corner.
Oh, he's closed up big time on Salo in the last corner. He's He's right up inside of him. Oh my God!
Oh, Salo struggling so badly.
He is big time. Ross Steele is having a hard time hanging on to that car.
Tolborg, Iceman versus Ross Steele, both in the Holdens.
Can Ross Steele hold on to it?
We've got 43 cars in the top 4 at the moment, you know. Oh, can Balaka stay ahead? He's not very far ahead at all.
Oh, again, that's third place that we were saying. It is a potential.
Oh, Salo defends. Good driving there from Salo. He knew exactly what Tolborg wanted to do. Can Salo keep it in? He can. Oh, keep it together, boys.
Oh, so this is
a test. Down the straight.
This is a heavyweight bout right here.
Yes, it is. None of this bantamweight stuff. This is heavyweight. Fireworks going off in the background.
Oh, huge defense by Salo. Huge defense down the inside.
Here's the penultimate lap. And De Grief is now 7 seconds behind Toby. The tyres really have just absolutely destroyed.
His last lap was a 2:17.3. So can you just imagine what it's like driving that car right now?
He must be cursing inside with frustration.
Hey,
the opening laps, which caused the gap to Toby. Without that opening lap and with his strategy, he might have won.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, look at Jesper.
Salo all over him.
Just an assassin here, man. And Brlaka, even while they're battling, they're closing on Brlaka.
Gap is 2.9 seconds. Don't need to be enough though, because it's final lap after this one.
Brlaka did a 2:14.5 last lap.
Looking back at Tolborg now. Menacing sight when there's a Holden behind you. It really is. Just in those headlights that screams menace. Using all of the curbs and more. All of the track as well.
Down to 1.9. Oh no, sorry, 2.9 still.
Yeah. 2.5. Oh, here comes Tolborg. He's got the run. Salo goes to go defensive. But he's got the slipstream. Will they have enough of a slipstream? Changing gear. Oh, Tolborg. Beautiful slipstream at the end.
Whoa.
Tolborg has to go on the outside though. Oh, Tolborg's gone wide. He's going to go onto the dirty area of the track. Going to cut back though. He just about managed not to go on the dirty area of the track.
Salo did a bit of a move up high on him when Tolborg was
a little bit sneaky.
Little sneaky, but
pretty much aboard, I would say.
All's fair in love and war.
Oh, Tolborg! Oh, pushes so hard to that first turn. Look at that! The run he gets as well. He's got the outside again for Salo. Salo saw that coming and is defending. He's going to go too deep though. This is Tolborg's opportunity. Can Tolborg go through? No, he can't. Salo shuts the door.
Oh, hop on board on Jesper to see. I'm following him on my screen. It is unbelievable.
Yeah, we've been looking back from Salo.
Or I mean Tolborg. He's just trying everything in his car. Everything.
Salo out of shape into the hairpin. Should get a decent run off it though. Tolborg trying so hard to get the power down. He wants that fourth position. He wants to be the best of the Holdens. Will he make a dive? Split out the side. Oh. Gets out of shape under braking. Almost hits the back of Salo's car.
They're coming up on Venari now.
Will Venari be a factor in this? Yes, he is going to be a factor. Will he be a decisive factor? That's the question. Oh, no, he gets out of the way. Very good driving there from Venari.
Very good driving.
And now Salo is under attack. Tolborg's got the better line. Salo's got the inside. Oh! Out. Tolborg's going to go for the inside into. Oh, it's turn 15.
Incredible.
Not quite. Turn 14, sorry. Now turn 15. Now into Le Mans at turn 16. And Salo's gone a narrow line. Tolborg's gone for the good exit. Who's going to get?
Toby's crossing the line for the win here. Just put it
Toby,
through.
in the meantime, has won the race. He sweeps across the line in absolute delight. Driven away from the field. Another masterclass from Toby Davies in the World Tour Masters.
Run. Is he going to do it?
Jarifi's second. Balaka's going to be third, but who's going to be fourth? Is it Tolborg or Salo? It's contact!
Oh, no.
Salo's around! Total contact between Salo and Tolborg. Salo has to stay still, wait for Crooks to go past. Salo gets going, wants to get back down to 6th. Tolborg He's going to finish fourth. Top will finish fourth. He does. Top will finish fourth. Crooks is in fifth. Sarlo is going to be sixth. Of course, that will be investigated. But
he was already sideways as Jesper was down the inside. So it's a little. I think it's a grey area. But again,
but of course, we'll have to go to review. Of course, but that's
for sure.
Excellent race at the end of the race. In all the meantime, Rabio is seventh. Balaka's doing donuts in delight at his third position. Butcher, a lonely eighth in the end after an eventful race for him. Very up and down race. Very unusual race. Butcher crosses the line to finish in 8th. 9th place will be Tommy Oyala. 10th place, Ivo Simons, another top 10 for him, but uncharacteristically went backwards through the race. 4 cosbursts in a row there. And here is a Skyline trying to hold off on the Marias. Mervold. Will Mervold got the run to the line? He got the power? Not quite. Oakley is 11th. Mervold is 12th. Great result for him, despite the fact he could have been a bit better, quite frankly, considering where he was early on. And here comes Jay Adji. He's fighting off. Not fighting off, in fact, actually Adam Vaughan. He's actually a lap ahead of Adam Vaughan. But 14th place for David Jones. He's pleased with that after his disastrous first race. 15th place will be Gary Lennon. He'll be disappointed with that. He's the best of the Rovers. 16th place, Christoph Bajura. 17th will be Alberto Asnahi, taking the Asnahi household honours. 18th place, he's going to cross the line now, going around Sunset Bend, is Jeff Dobbing. And Jeff is going to cross the line, 18th. 19th was Roy Magnet, so Jeff Dobbing was the final of the non-lapped cars. 20th place was Andy Bernard, 21st Bernard, 22nd Clausen, 23rd Mustonen, 24th Huber, 25th Adam Vaughan, 26th Tony Matthews, the final, 27th Livanov, sorry, the final finisher. And of course we had the retirement of also as well, Anderson, Lasky, Tveit, Cuthill, Bartfai, Palmer and Volkov, and Strauss didn't even make the start. Very unfortunate for him, he missed out on a great race.
That was a really interesting race. I mean, a little bit of different strategies, a little bit spread out, but I really think that first 3 or 4 laps there really changed what we could have seen at the end. Don't you, Ryan?
I do indeed, and it changed what could have been a difficult race after a poor qualifying session by his standards, Toby, into an excellent race for you in the end. It all fell into your lap.
Yeah, I was very lucky early on with the traffic and with De Grief getting held up early on as well by Balaka.
Yep.
And yeah, I got balked on every single lap in qualifying, which was a bit frustrating, but these things happen. Got a good getaway, managed to get Talborg and De Grief off the line. And yeah, it was. I was quite worried at the end because I saw De Grief wasn't going to make a pit stop, so I was reeling him in about 1.3 seconds a lap or so, and I was calculating furiously in my head, in my little brain, trying to work out whether I could catch him or not. And in the end, I managed to, and put a reasonably robust move on him and took the win.
It was a good move for the win. And were you surprised by De Grief's going just with the no stop?
It was very tight actually for me as well. In fact, hards as 2 options, hards, mediums, hards, and no stopping on hards. They were all very, very close in terms of total time. So in the end, I went for the safest, which for me was hards, which overall was slightly slower than mediums, hards, if that makes sense. And yeah, in the end, took that option, and it just about worked for me. In fact, I pitted with 10 seconds gap to De Grief, and won by just over 10 seconds, so that shows how close those 2 strategies were.
Yeah, but of course, obviously De Grief, once you got past De Grief, the lap time dropped off massively De Grief, but 2 race wins from the two wins from the first 2 races of the season. It's a very difficult sentence for this time of night, honest. And it couldn't have started any better for you, Toby.
No, I mean it could have had pole. It could have been slightly better, but yeah, I mean 2 fastest laps, 2 race wins, and a pole. It's going quite well so far, and I'm afraid that's what happens when you put in preparation and practice. And yeah, something I didn't do quite as much in previous WTM seasons, but yeah, it's going well, and hopefully looking forward to the next couple of rounds, see what I can do there, which should also favour cars that aren't mine, if that makes sense. But yeah, congratulations to Degree. He picked a strategy that no one really thought anyone would go with, and did well to come in second. So congratulations to him, and also Balaka did very well. There's a bit of a surprise as well.
Yeah, it was definitely. Well, we also had, unfortunately, we did lose Florian Strauss in the warm-up too. But one thing I just wanted to point out, though, like I think the entire race would have been, it would have completely changed. I think if there wasn't a bit of contact between Jesper and Butchie, because I think he had the pace early on to definitely slow down your progress, Toby. But once you had clear track, I mean, it was pretty apparent that you were going to be able to pull away and pull it off. That was until we saw Gregory deciding not to pit. I mean, it added a whole another level that none of us had even thought about, Ryan?
Yeah, no, it was exciting in the end, but it was futile. But it was still a good effort from Gregory de Graaf. Are you pleased with that, Gregory? Do you think you could have done better?
Yeah,
Are you pleased with how that went, or do you think you could have done a bit? You could have done a bit better. Different strategy would have been better for you, or you're happy with that?
No, I think for me it was the best strategy because medium is well, I can't stay long enough on the track. Medium tires. And yeah, I take hard, and I was already thinking in Spa to make no stop, yeah. But the last time we was talking with Ivo, and he said everyone will make one stop, and try to make the same, but it was really wrong. And for this track on Sebring, I say I go for non-stop.
It was a strategy that we didn't expect, and congratulations to you for second place. We almost made it to the win, just needed a couple of shorter laps. Maybe I should make the race 23 laps next time.
After the little touch with Chris and Jesper, the gap with Toby was already 5 or 6 seconds, something like that, and I tried to push to keep that gap, but yeah, I use my rear tires too hard, yeah, and that's why I was not able to control the car, yeah. It was very difficult at the end. From lap 20, it was very difficult.
We did say, yeah. It was an excellent effort, though. Another solid effort from Ben Crooks in this event. Ben, he didn't all go quite to plan at Spa. You didn't do quite as much preparation for this race, but it still got a better result in the end.
Yeah, it was good.
You have nothing to elaborate on that?
I don't have much time lately to do much racing, so I basically had today to practice, and it worked out okay.
Yeah, it was okay. You came home, obviously in that fifth position. Fifth position because Salo spun at the end.
Yeah, I haven't finished a race properly since like Barbagallo, I think. I don't think any of the races I've done since then I've not had a crash or something happen. Oh,
Hidden Valley was after Barbagallo, so...
oh yeah, that was alright. That was okay.
Well, congratulations on another solid result. Thank you guys for joining us in the booth.
Thank you.
And we'll see you
and sorry for my English.
No problem, Gregory.
No problem,
Greg. Perfectly fine. Really good.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. We love your accent, Gregory. We love you. And we'll see you all in 2 weeks' time when at Virginia for round 3.
Yeah, with pleasure.
Ryan, great race. I'm glad to be back and see some good action, and I see some potential for a really good season. I mean, Toby at this point is 5 out of 6 for a perfect season, which would be 2 poles, 2 fast laps, and 2 wins. So that's a pretty commanding start to the season, wouldn't you say?
Well, he only has one pole.
Oh, no, I'm saying he's 5 out of 6 for potential for taking.
Oh, yes.
Perfect,
sorry,
he's 5 out of 6.
Oh, it's dominant, it really is, and it just goes to show what preparation gives you. I mean, you have the talent, everyone has to have the talent to get that far, but the preparation is what's separating him from the rest of the field right now, the consistency he's able to bring as a result of that preparation.
For sure, yeah, and I mean, I do think, I don't want to see it get to his head and him start thinking that, okay, well, I have the most preparation, because this race could have been very differently if only 1 or 2 things changed, where it could have been completely different. If he didn't get as good of a start, if Jesper wasn't involved in an incident early on, if Butchie didn't get such a good start, there's so many little variables that if one of those things fell, the whole dominoes fall. It could have been totally different. He could have been involved in an incident where he's back in 15th and then he's fighting and then he makes a mistake. So you got to keep a cool head. It's early in the season, right?
And of course, you see, what I was impressed with today, he didn't lose his head while trying to track down Gregory and trying to, and we've seen him do that before, trying to track down somebody and then realise that, just getting caught up in what the other person's doing rather than concentrating and making sure he does his job.
Yes.
And but we are already a fifth of the way through the season. There are 10 races this season, but there's 8 events with 2 sprint events, so we get 10 races in the season. It's only a fifth of the way through, and there's plenty of time for other incidents to happen. We go to Virginia International Raceway next, and we know how difficult that track can be.
Oh, yes, and very exciting, and I think we're going to see more of like what we saw in Season 2, where every single corner there's something incredible happening, and we're basically scrambling in the booth to try to bounce back and forth from everything that's going on.
Yeah, we will be daytime once that event, so we'll be back to daytime. So we've had the opening round, we've had a night round where the field has been spread out pretty much, but we are going to go to a day round next time round, and I think we'll be a lot closer. And
what's what would be our next live broadcast for Touring Pro Series? That would be the V8s this weekend?
The V8s are actually next weekend.
Okay.
And the next Touring Pro Series broadcast is the World Supertech Series, which is next Wednesday.
Okay.
And that is being broadcast for the first time at Suzuka.
And I'll be there with you.
There are also, for guest drivers, you're able to win €30. So the highest placed guest driver will win €15, and the winner of the race also wins €15. So potential there for €30 win in a guest drive at that track.
Can I race, Ryan, instead of commentate? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's a potential for €30.
Yeah.
That's like $500 Canadian.
The funny thing is, you're not that far wrong. And also as well, Keith will go into that round with a 40-point lead in the championship over Torborg. He needs a 4th or better to win the championship.
So we're looking at some potential fireworks then. It could be a really interesting race with the guest drivers coming in as well too. Are they going to be scored in the points as well?
They'll be scored in the points as well, yeah, absolutely.
So it should make for some good viewing then, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a DTM mod, which is a beautiful mod. It's critics with the actual physics itself, but it looks beautiful on track, and Suzuka as well, which will look fantastic. And Keith this season has got 8 of 9. In the 9 races, had 8 podiums. That just shows how well he's done this season. There's been 7 drivers in that championship who've been challenged with wins every single race. So it's been a high standard. And the next broadcast after that is, as I say, next weekend. We go to Sydney Park, and Mr. Keith Barrick will be with us for that again as well.
Yep, I'll be with you for every race for the rest of the season, Ryan.
So thank you to you, Keith, for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks to everyone for watching. We'll see you in a week's time if you want to watch the World Supertech Series. If you don't want to watch the World Supertech Series, watch the V8 Supercars. If you don't want to watch any of those, make sure you watch the World Touring Masters in 2 weeks' time on the 30th of November when we come from Virginia. Thanks, everyone.